Welcome to the Tuttle and Klein Show.
Cut my life into pieces. Is this the last resort?
Papa Roach. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, from the golden age, Kev.
Oh, yes, the golden age, the golden age. How you been, man?
I've been doing great, man. How about you? Everything good?
Yeah, things are great. We're going to be snowed in for the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's some rough winter you're having right there, man.
I know. After we get done recording here, I'm actually going to go out and run 6 miles in it, so I can't wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Audrey was because the League One volleyball had their big tournament in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So Audrey was like, "Hey, it's 19 degrees. This sucks. I hate this." I'm like, "Boy, Houston blood. It's hard, isn't it?" It's tough. Did it take you a while to get used to it again? Because you did 16 years in Houston.
Yeah, it did actually. It took me a really long while. Like I started running again in February of this year, just so you know, this month. And we've had really cold weather the last 2 weeks, and it takes me about it took me about 3 days to really get used to it.
Now, when you say run again, is this something where you got another goal in mind now?
I do. Yeah. I don't know how seriously I'm going to explore it, but yeah, I mean, I'm running to, I'm training for another 100-miler.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here.
I've added to my cardio. I'll just do like random, 100-yard sprints.
How your knees feeling?
To my fast walking. They're good. They're okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. I'll feel it a little bit. That's the thing. Anything you do when you get to our age, you feel it later.
You do. Yep.
You feel it, like I had the boys this weekend, and Timmy is wanting to get in shape. Timmy's like, I got to get ready for baseball season. Let's go get in shape. Let's go get on the treadmill. Let's go walk around the neighborhood. Let's go throw the ball. Show me techniques for running the bases, all that stuff. So, yeah, I dropped him off yesterday because they had the extended weekend, the 3-day weekend because of the holiday, and I'm driving back and I'm going, dang man. I love the boy and I miss him, but I need a break.
Hey, talking about Little League baseball, when you played Little League growing up in Shorewood, Wisconsin, was it at the start of the season, was it cold for you?
Oh, Kev, I remember some days where we had snow.
Yeah. The last week, the high temperature here was 32 degrees, and one of our local colleges, Evangel, had a home game, and I'm like, man, I don't miss that crap at all.
Yeah, the cold weather stuff. You just had to do it. Kev, I remember playing football games in November, where you can feel the snot freezing up.
Uh-huh.
That you remember that when you go out on a really cold weather day, the snot freezing up.
Yeah, I played a soccer game like that. There was ice on the field. We played with ice on the field.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
I hated hitting in that cold though. I mean, that just stings your hands.
See, I remember football, and I remember just like you just wanted to go hit somebody so bad because as soon as you hit somebody, it was like a magical thing, like all the ice that you had gathered on you, like mentally, just like broke away, and you're like, okay, now let's go. Let's go.
That adrenaline will warm you up.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want any timeouts, you don't want any extended anything. Well, let's go. Let's go. The worst is when they call a timeout, and I'll be like, shit, they called a timeout. Let's sip some the Gatorade's fucking frozen. Damn it. Let's chew on some Gatorade and get back into this.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to get upwards of 13 inches of snow today.
Dang, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you do the shoveling, or do you have a machine?
No, I shovel. That's a great workout.
See, Todd and I, Todd, as a matter of fact, Todd himself, he bought snowblowers.
Oh, really?
So when we were in Wisconsin, he's like, I'm going to make some cake today, baby.
Yeah, I get it.
He would just go from one neighbor to the other. He would get done and he'd go knock on the door and be like, you want me to take care of this for you?
Probably had that thing paid off by one side of the
Ah,
subdivision.
yeah, Todd was industrious. Me, though, I would make sure that he did ours first so I could play basketball while he did that.
There you go. Yeah, priorities, buddy.
Because that was at the time, Kev, where all I wanted to do was shoot hoops, you
Uh
know,
huh. Yeah.
shoot hoops and watch ESPN, this new fangled thing, this brand new thing, Kev, out of nowhere with this Chris Berman guy and Dick Vitale and stuff like that, where college basketball games were on every single day, sometimes 2 or 3 in one day.
Do you, when I was watching the Super Bowl and they panned over to show a shot of Rupert Murdoch and Kevin Burkhardt, who was the lead play by play guy, said, yeah, there's Rupert Murdoch, the guy who founded our network. Do you remember when Fox first came on the air where they were a laughing stock?
They were until they got The Simpsons.
Yeah, the longest running show on TV still.
Yeah, Married with Children and The Simpsons, they were a joke. They were like, what is this shit, man?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're trying to actually be one of the networks. But I think of that a lot of that was like the networks trying to throw that out there. They're like, who is this? And then they get The Simpsons and they're like, uh-oh. And then they get the Married with Children. They're like, uh-oh. And then, like America's Most Wanted and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, bad boys, cops. What you gonna do? And it's like, uh-oh, look out.
They're a player. And then they go and, they got their NFL games. Now they got Major League Baseball.
I think that was the death knell right there. As soon as they were like, we got enough money, let's go ahead and make a pitch for the NFL. And then NFL started being, NBC got fucking wiped out.
I remember that. Yeah.
From the NFL games. Yeah, I remember that. That was great. Cool. So what's happening at Kev? I the only thing that I have heard of over the past week, I can't go on social media anymore. There's just so much stupidity. There's just so much idiocy. I do not watch the news at all. It's just propaganda and it just boils my blood. It's just ridiculous. So this is where you come in and kind of remind me of the shit that I'm missing. The one thing I did hear about was the USA versus Canada All-Star Hockey Brawl because the Canadians were booing our national anthem.
Yeah, not the first time they've done that in a public event since Trump levied some tariffs. So yeah, they were playing in Montreal the other night, and it's part of the Four Nations. Okay, so the Four Nations is a hockey tournament with the USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden, and the USA was up against Canada. And I mean, those are the two powerhouses in the world. And we got booed during the American national anthem. So the Kachuk brothers and somebody else decided that they were going to fight 3 Canadian guys before the first minute of the game started. So within 9 seconds, there were 3 fights.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, the USA won, and now they will play Canada tomorrow, which this is released on Wednesday. They play them on Thursday for the Four Nations Cup winner. But that one's
that's great.
Yeah, but that one's in Boston, so I can't imagine how badly we're going to retaliate against the Canadians for booing our anthem.
Let's sharpen those blades, baby.
Yeah. So Matthew Kachuk and Brady Kachuk, I believe, are the brothers. They're sons of Keith Kachuk, who is a big-time NHLer who played for the St. Louis Blues, and the Kachuk brothers are from St. Louis. They were born in St. Louis. So, who's the guy that plays basketball for the Celtics? The really good guy, tall.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, that does. I can't remember his name. Oh, Tatum.
Yeah.
So, guess who? Matthew Kachuk and Jason Tatum used to ride the bus together to middle school. Talk about great. They're best friends. They're great friends.
That's so funny, man.
And they won Kachuk won the Stanley Cup the same year that Tatum won the NBA trophy, and they took it to their high school.
That is so fucking crazy, man.
Isn't it?
I love it. And Kev, let me, because let me talk to our Canadian friends, if I could, real quick.
Sure.
Listen, this has nothing to do with you. The American people love Canadian people. You're so nice. You're like, we want to pet your head.
That makes
You
me
know,
feel great.
I like Canadian. They're great. It has nothing to do with you. All it is about fairness. All this is whatever your countries have been charging us, we're going to charge you. It's the same thing. Like you still want to continue with the unfair shit of you're going to hit us with an 18% tariff, but we can't hit you with a tariff? How is that? How is that bad? It's just, it's how it always should have been. I don't know what situation we're in, Kev, where our idiot, corrupt, criminal, blackmailed politicians made the decision of, okay, we're going to make our companies pay that much tariff, but not charge their country tariff.
Yeah.
That those people should be indicted just for that. All
But
this is even. We just want shit even.
But see, I think what you just did was fell into the trap too. It's not about a hockey game anymore. It's about politics. It's just a hockey game.
I know, but
You know-
the media drums this shit up.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't watch it.
Yeah, you don't understand that you're playing into their hands. The media is your mortal enemy. They are the enemy of the people, the enemy of the Constitution, the enemy of your freedoms, the enemy of your rights. They work for billionaire control freaks who consider us a virus. Remember that. That's who they work for. They're trying to divide us. We got to rise above it and realize what it is. That's what it is. Play hockey, don't worry about any other bullshit.
Let me ask you this, because you mentioned that, we're getting levied an 18% tariff when we send stuff to Canada.
I just threw out that number. I don't know what the exact number is.
Okay, but we are getting taxed.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Our companies have to pay a tariff, a tax to ship our goods into Canada, into Mexico, into European nations, and they don't pay anything. And we're the biggest market in the world. You don't survive or go big without the American consumer. Okay. And finally, we get some guy in there going, hey, let's just make shit even. And everybody freaks out.
So I guess I know the answer to this question, but okay, if they dropped their taxes on our stuff, we wouldn't have to increase our taxes on their stuff, but then they would be losing out on much needed money. Is that what the deal is?
And the thing about Canada is we just give them money anyway. So we give them tariff, revenue, and we supply them aid, which is why, if you look at it, Trump was, when he said, hey, let's just make them the 51st state, they technically already are because of what we do for them. We protect them. You're never going to see anybody invade Canada because we'll blow their fucking shit up. We will, So technically, Canadians, you already are. Okay, just relax. Sip a Molson. Get some of your maple syrup going and chill out. Watch some great hockey. That's what it's all about. Okay, we got this.
While we're on the topic of Canada, did you see that Delta Airlines crash at Toronto International Airport yesterday?
Is that crazy or what? I cannot believe nobody got seriously hurt, dead.
Nobody died, and only two people were. Two people were critically injured and had to be helicoptered to the hospital. They're expected to be okay, I think. But it flipped over on its roof. It was upside down.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, that's why you don't land in snow.
Kev, let me tell you this. I will be completely honest with you. I would occasionally, I would cheat and drop the seatbelt. I will never do that again.
Right?
I will keep that seatbelt on until we're idling in the fucking hangar or on the terminal.
Now, I am very curious to, I know what you're going to say on this, but we were talking earlier a little bit ago about freedoms and all that kind of stuff. Did you see what they're doing over in Germany?
No, what are they doing in Germany? Jesus, here we go.
German officials of the country's government have initiated a nationwide crackdown on offensive speech, trying to bring some civility to the World Wide Web. They are literally going door to door. If they follow your IP address and you have posted something unsavory, they're going to your door and raiding your house. This
That
was on
sound
60 Minutes the other night.
that sounds very Nazi.
Doesn't it though?
That fourth, we got a Fourth Reich going here, Kev. Is that the deal?
And we might be. I mean, it says they believe that they're raiding homes of those believed to be making offensive statements online. They're following the IP addresses.
The German people, just like other countries that are under that control freak, sicko, sociopath, psychotic, communist, socialist, whatever you want to call it, you got to fight. You got to fight. I mean, they're basically putting you against the wall. You've got to fight for your rights and your freedoms. You just do.
And to party.
Yeah. And plus, don't forget, you got to fight for your right to party.
Yeah, we've known that for a long time. All right,
since
Timmy.
1986, we've known that.
Yep.
You gotta fight. We're doing a beastie. Kev, you got a clip here? Are we even allowed to play this?
We're not going to play the Beastie Boys. We're going to play Travis Kelce doing it because now I know we can get away with that.
Yeah, we could do that one. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
You know how you're always saying it is not the car's fault, it is the person's fault. So ladies, don't go exact revenge on a guy's car.
Oh yeah. You never see. I always got freaked out by that whole Carrie Underwood song about tearing up the truck.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You do not blame the vehicle for the guy. You don't do that.
Well, this lady didn't get the memo, Timmy, and her mugshot's going viral. I think I sent it to you because everybody thinks she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and so they're offering to pay her bond and all that stuff. What she did was she went over to her ex-boyfriend's house and put Coke Zero and sucked on Skittles in his gas tank. Yeah, she got arrested for that.
Let me look at her. Kev, I could fix her.
Here she is on the screen right now. Timmy, it's your, you've always said it though. She is pretty enough to have never had to deal with adversity.
That's Kev. That is an issue. Some women are so hot. They've never had any adversity whatsoever. And as soon as they come across some, they overdo it. They overcook it. They freak the fuck out.
Don't you see in her eyes, there's a little bit of crazy?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of fun in there too. I mean, Kev, it would probably cost me 6, maybe low 7 figures in the end, but God dang, sometimes it's worth it. Do not let me do that shit again, Kev.
No, I will not. I'm putting my foot down right now.
You have to step in. You have the complete rights to step in and go, no, you're not buying her a ring.
And that's not the only story in the news about jilted lovers, ex-lovers. 21-year-old Michigan man, he drove 700 miles to light his ex-girlfriend's house on fire because, not his ex-girlfriend's house on fire, the guy that was talking to her online, his house on fire. While his whole family was in there.
Okay, that's not his fault. That's it's your girl.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, all 6 people escaped, but the 2 pets were burned alive. Yeah, I know, right? So he's in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
No, what an asshole.
That's misdirected anger, buddy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't play. He probably had no idea she had a boyfriend.
It was his ex. They weren't even together anymore.
What?
Yeah. His ex-girlfriend, he went to the house of the guy that was talking to his ex-girlfriend. Dude, man, You got issues.
Yeah, there's plenty of women out there, dude. Now you're going to do about 30, 40 years.
Yeah, here's a mugshot of a girl that's available, apparently.
No, Cap, she's mine.
She's yours. Yeah, sorry.
She's mine. Where is she and where do I bail her out? What jail is she in? I'll make my move.
There you go. So and now you're caught up to speed there, buddy.
Kev, I do a lot, as you know, of deep thinking.
Yeah, you've always done that.
Especially these days since I get a lot of time by myself, and I absolutely love that. Gosh, I love it. Kev, there was another run-in I had with a lovely lady.
Uh-huh.
And she was kind of, talking to me and stuff like that. And I just totally blew her off because I just didn't want to go anywhere.
No way.
Yeah, I was supposed to hang out with her, and I was just like, I'm not gonna go. What's
Un-
wrong with me?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm just like,
You're pulling that much wool that you can just say, hey, you know what? I don't really feel like it today.
I'm not there. I don't want to do that. I don't know
So,
about pulling wool. I'm enjoying my time, man.
okay. All right. So
But
are you more active now than you were when you were in high school and college
what do you mean active?
with the ladies?
Um,
Having more opportunities.
I was an idiot back then.
Hmm.
I mean, I was fairly decent looking after I got rid of my bowl haircut and started feathering my hair back. I was fairly decent, but I was just an idiot. I didn't know how to talk to him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just had no idea. I was awkward and I was weird. And, now when you get to a point where you just don't give a fuck and somebody gives you that second look, I mean, I'll talk to them. That's probably why this stuff is happening, more than ever is I'm available. I mean, I spent the better part of 30 years not being available.
Uh-huh.
And B, if I see somebody that looks good and they look back at me, I'm going to say something.
Nice.
Something. I'm going to put the feeler out.
That's a high level of confidence, man.
Yeah, I would just put the feeler out, and sometimes sometimes I misstep. Sometimes, they were just looking at me, but they didn't want anything to do with it. They're married or something like that or whatever.
Okay.
But a lot of times it's like, okay, if I wanted to pursue that one, I know I could get that one.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Does that sound weird?
No, not at all. It doesn't sound weird at all.
But yeah, this is a dangerous time because, I'm older and I don't give a shit. And I'm still holding on. I mean, I'm not like some ugly ass dude out of shape and shit like that, So it's a dangerous time, and I'll probably be this way for a few more years.
Nice. Keep it up, man.
Then I'll be old and I'll be like, damn it, I should have settled down with somebody.
No, dude, you're all taken care of. You got the kids,
Yeah.
When Trish and I get old, we're screwed, man. No kids, nieces and nephews can't stand us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. And speaking of which, and that was something that I was pondering a lot about is the whole idea of funerals.
Okay.
And I finally hit me. I'm just like, they're so stupid. I mean, why?
Right.
All a funeral is, hey, come look at the body, awkward weirdness. That's what it is. Hey, come on by. Look. Yeah, he's dead. Now, if you need to poke him, you can poke him, but you probably shouldn't because his family's right there. But yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is. And then afterwards, Cav,
Mhm.
it's that awkward bring your own dish, like little post-party shit. It's just always so weird.
Yeah, they call it a potluck.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean,
Well, I think it's for the people who are still alive. You're supposed to go send your sympathies and stuff like that.
yeah, but I think that don't get me wrong. I mean, you've heard me talk about this before. In the past, I was like, yeah, man, my funeral, man. You're gonna play some Zeppelin, Stairway in the Light, and everybody will joke around, smoke a doobie or something like that, and just remember, some good times that we had and shit like that. I was all cool like that. Like we're gonna do it. Now I'm just like I've spent my entire life annoying the fuck out of people. Why would I want to annoy them again by, expecting them to come to my funeral?
That would be the ultimate annoyance. One last time, I'm going to get them.
Nah, I'd just be like, I don't want to do that to people. I don't. Can you do that where you like demand, hey, I don't want any fucking funerals at all?
Yeah, I mean, you can put that in like a living will or something like that. But it's what are you going to do about it? You're dead, dude. It's the people who are supposed to exact or enact that will. It's up to them and their discretion. So, I mean, my father-in-law has said the same thing. He wants just a wooden box, and he doesn't want anybody coming over to see him. But I don't know if we're going to adhere to that.
Yeah, I like my dad. My dad just has said, "Hey, shave my head into a point and pound me into the ground and be done with it."
Jeez, Fred.
Save the money.
It's the Fred spike.
But
dude, those things are expensive. Funerals.
What is?
Funerals.
Oh, are they really?
Oh my God, Jim, $9,000 to $12,000, I think. On the
shit! Does that include everything, like the casket and everything?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when my dad died 20 years ago, it'll be 20 years ago this year. It was almost 5,000.
And he burned through all the money, so
No, I paid for it. I paid for it.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
another little jab to dad.
And he treated you like that? Oh yeah, that was like, here you go, you son of a bitch. Not gonna be success, my ass. Watch this, Dad. Here, Mr. Funeral Home guy. Here's a tip. Take another $1,000. There you go.
I'm paying to bury you.
Exactly. Hey, I got one request. Before you shovel the dirt over, I get to take a piss in there.
No, he was buried with full military honors, man.
Yeah, so, my dad had the 21 gun salute too.
It was touching. I mean, we did not have the greatest relationship, my father and I. I'm learning more about him after he's dead, about what he actually thought about me. But it was still touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A funny thing, real quick note.
Yeah.
The girl the woman that I blew off, I was telling her about my, disdain for funerals now.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, well, you're probably just worried that, that nobody's going to come and you don't want to throw it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, I'll be there. Assuming that I outlive you.
Well, that's good, because she said she would be there. And now that I've blown her off, I thought, oh man, now I got nobody. No, I just look at it. It's really seems to be like an unnecessary ritual that we do.
It is an odd thing, it is. But like I said, I think it's more for the people who are alive, who are the survivors, than it is for the dead person.
True.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want one. I just don't, man. I don't want, like Kev, even in death, you don't want attention. No, I don't. And I don't want to burden people. And like you said, you feel obligated to go.
That's the thing is, I live in Houston.
Yeah.
And my kids don't, two of my kids don't even live here now. The other two are an hour away, My most of my family's either in California or Pennsylvania. I mean, what, why would I want to do that to them? I mean, you're in Missouri. I mean, you probably feel obligated to come. You'd be like, the Houston Chronicle, former radio DJ dead. You'd be like, oh shit.
Former radio, yeah, because the newspaper never prints what station you're on.
No, just the
local radio DJ.
Dead.
No, dude, I'd hop in the Corvette and drive right down there. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't. I don't want you to, man.
Why?
Because I just don't, man. I don't want anybody. I just be like, all right, because to me, I don't, before you wanted to leave a legacy. You want to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, my kids love their dad.
That's your legacy.
And they'll tell cool things. Yeah, to me that makes me immortal. Like they love their dad, and they'll tell their grandkids and their grandkids that Grandpa Tim was all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have kids. That's your legacy. And, I mean, your legacy is going to be phenomenal because your kids are all upstanding. They're successful. They're just great kids. So, yeah, as long as the kids aren't a fuck up, then you got a great legacy, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I think if I did have a legacy at this point in my life, though, Kev, is I have developed the absolute 100% perfect way to deal with asshole, like disgruntled, hateful customer service reps. I did it.
You did?
And yeah,
Explain the scenario, please.
I will. I want you to hear this story, and anybody can use this because it was the most effective way ever of dealing with this shit. Okay. I had noticed that, my phone and Wi-Fi bill was getting larger. And I was puzzled about it because, within that bill over the past 5 years, I was quote unquote paying off my iPhone. So I was like, man, after this long, my iPhone should be fucking paid off. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And the price is going up on me and stuff like that. I decided to call them. No, Kev, I don't want to identify them. I'll let them. Let's just call them AT&P.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about there.
We'll call them that. Okay.
All right. Yes, there they are.
And I'm curious about it, and I decide that I'm just going to go in as calm as cool. My chill voice.
Oh, I do. Yes.
Hey, Kev, how you doing? Hey,
I'm
listen. Timothy Tuttle, Richmond, Texas. Yeah. I was having that chill voice.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, Kev, it's your prototypical AT&P asshole that they love to hire and put out on the front lines customer rep. It's that typical guy. It's the type of asshole that people like regular folk like us, we will enjoy hunting them down if there's ever a post-apocalyptic event. You know what I'm saying?
If the purge is legal, look out.
Exactly. I mean, this is the type of shitbag that we will jam an apple in their mouth, put them over a barbecue spit, and spin them so cool survivors can have some nourishment, some protein. Okay? That guy. Okay? It was the typical guy. Anyway, in response, to me obviously annoying the fuck out of him. I'm just annoying him because I'm calm and cool and I'm providing, really good nuggets of information presenting my case. I just finally just said, "Hey, look. I'll tell you what, James with an Indian accent. Why don't I just go fuck myself?" That's what I said. Yeah. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go over to the corner of my living room here. I'm gonna get on the ground. I'm gonna stretch myself out really, really good. And then I'm gonna make my 7 3/4 inch cock really hard.
Oh shit.
And I'll do it like thinking about just the gorgeous, attractive women a guy with your personality probably beds all the time. And then I'm going to 180-degree rotate my hard penis, shove it in my ass, and I'm going to fuck myself just for you, James. Gav?
Yeah.
That was his response. He laughed.
Did he?
Oh, my God. He laughed, and like 30 seconds later, I get not only my original price back, but 10% off of that. And oh yeah, next time I go to a AT&P like store, they're gonna flip out and give me a new iPhone for free.
Awesome!
Boom.
See, comedy works.
Yeah. I just decided, I was just like, hey James, why don't I just go fuck myself? And that was it. Kev, for a second, I could like hear him flipping, through the script going, let me see it right here. Fuck my, he says to go, I'm going to go do a fuck my, we don't have anything for this. How do we handle this? Yeah. So there it was, man.
Beautiful.
So use it, Kev.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I know you sometimes have run-ins with overexuberant, overzealous asshole customer service reps too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Always leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
But just try it. And do me a favor, if anybody that's listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube, if you ever employ the "why don't I just go fuck myself" strategy, let me know how it turns out.
That's nice.
Yeah,
you'd be curious. Of course you would.
Yeah, but as a matter of fact, since that happened, I'm actually looking for scenarios where I can employ it some more.
But isn't it kind of it's kind of liberating to know you got nothing to lose. So just go ahead and do it. Because they're going to railroad. They're going to ramrod you.
Yeah. See, they know because, I'm in a community where they have a monopoly. They helped build and wire the infrastructure for the Wi-Fi. And so they got exclusivity contract. So they know they have a tag on their screen probably going, this guy's fucked. He can't leave us. So I'm not going to go anywhere. I need my Wi-Fi for my gig, man, for trading futures. I need my Wi-Fi. So I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting anywhere with them, even though I'm presenting my case absolutely perfectly. I mean, my dad, who was an attorney, would be very proud with what I was doing right there.
I'm sure.
And I was handling, all of his objections and questions and everything like that very calmly and coolly. And I noticed that I was just not getting anywhere. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. James, I want to do you a favor. I'm just going to go fuck myself.
And see, he's got a story to tell now, too.
Oh, Kev, I assure you, it would not shock me in the least if that got released. And if it did get out, it became a viral thing.
Well, now they might add that to the script.
Here's
what you do if.
Well, exactly. Yeah. See, that's the thing is these people are all trained for every scenario.
Yeah.
And he got hit with something they never saw. So now they got to kick that thing back to the main office and they be like, okay, what do we do if they say, why don't I just go fuck myself? Okay, and they send out that little addendum that these customer service reps have to put in their little 3-ring binder. All right, everybody read this really quick, okay? Before we go on tonight, we got a new scenario, the go fuck myself scenario. Right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Committed memory.
Yeah, I just totally have my antenna out so I can use it again.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to be, it almost happened. It almost happened when I took the boys out to eat.
Oh,
because we went to, it's a hamburger and custard place. Let's call it Teddy's.
Okay. All right.
Teddy's.
I'm familiar.
Okay. So, when you order your hamburger basket and your custard, you have the option of holding the custard until after you're done with the hamburger meal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You don't have to get it all at once because it gets all melty.
Right.
So I walked over and handed our ticket. Me and the boys, we wanted our custard because we just finished our delicious hamburger and French fries. And, so she said, okay. And, I went because they'll call you out on the intercom when it's done. And I noticed that 2 people that went up there after me, Kev. They had gotten their custard prior to me.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, can I employ why don't I just go fuck myself strategy here? I'm serious, Kev. I started walking. I got up from the booth, because you wait too long with a 3rd grade and an 8th grade son. That's not good. That's ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
Because, now they're a little agitated. So they're going after each other a little bit, Yeah. There's a little bit of that brotherly love happening. You know what I'm saying? I
do.
And so I stood up and I was like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna hit him with it. Hey, I thought of it as I was walking up there. I was like, hey, I noticed that, you passed over 139 and went to 141 and 144 before me, even though they handed their ticket in afterwards. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to be in the corner over here fucking myself. What do you think of that? I'm just going to fuck myself. But Kev, I didn't get an opportunity to employ it. Because as soon as I got up there, I noticed that 3 were laid out.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think that they knew what was coming.
Oh, they probably sensed it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because suddenly not only was the custard lady on it, but I noticed they pulled a guy off of the fries to come over and really double time get that thing going. They had 2 people working on our Sundays.
Well, they probably had James from AT&T call him up and say, "Hey, this guy comes up and says, give him his custard."
The manager takes the call. Hey, this is James from AT&T. I'm telling you, if you don't get him his custard, he's gonna go fuck himself in the corner.
Golly, that's funny.
But yeah, in all honesty, I feel a little bit robbed of my opportunity to employ that. I mean, because I noticed the manager was in the corner. I was like, oh, because I'm going to do this in front of the manager too. I'm going to do it to the custard lady, but the manager will hear it. And I'd imagine when he hears a customer saying, hey, I'm just going to go fuck myself, that he's going to be there whipping out freebie coupons.
Of course.
Like crazy to chill the situation, man. No, sir. Excuse me, sir. Please, we clearly don't have a sign because we never anticipated that you're not allowed to fuck yourself in this restaurant. Kev, man, I'd imagine that the next time that I would come back to the restaurant, there would be a sign saying, no shoes, no shirt, no fucking yourself.
I was thinking the same thing. Right next to the door. Oh shit!
You got a picture of a shirt. You got pictures of shoes. You got a picture of like some fucking some self fornication going on. Please.
It's like a guy with carpal tunnel.
And then 6 months later, there's new legislation in the Texas legislature in Austin. They're calling it the Tim Tuttle law. Texas residents are no longer allowed to fuck themselves in public.
In your house all day long. In public, no. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry, man.
That's funny.
Anyway, Kev. I got to tell you this, and again, it comes to, you get to our age, you do a lot of thinking, you really ruminate over stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm driving in a neighborhood nearby us, and I notice like every 50 feet or so, there's a speed bump. Every 50 feet.
There are a lot of kids in that neighborhood.
Well, what I learned afterwards was, I guess last summer, somebody was speeding through there and hit a kid, killed a kid.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I can see why they would put the speed bumps.
Yeah, well, it was. It's so, but every 50 feet though, man.
Yeah.
The HOA, they got all that. They got all that money burning a hole in their pocket, and they have all that power. So they decided to really overcook it in regard to the speed bumps. I think, they're going to have some issues with some vehicles' transmissions because it's everywhere and it's tough to see at night. And there's probably new people that come in and go, and they don't see it coming.
Are they high? Are they really?
Yeah, they're really high and they're unmarked and not only that, Kev, but I also thought, did the HOA think about the family of the poor little guy that got taken out last summer?
Oh, because whenever they drive over the speed bumps, they're going to be reminded.
Exactly. Every single time they come into the neighborhood or leave the neighborhood, they miss Junior a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm following you.
You didn't think about that. You didn't think. I mean, just, put a quick. It would have been much easier and much less expensive. Just put a little plaque next to Junior's favorite swing set in the playground area there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I think it's a safety thing. It's not just a memorialization.
No, Kev, You think that speed bumps solve the problem, but again, not only are these speed bumps every 50 feet, they're tough to see at night. So if you're at night, you're screwed. But they also have enough space between them where you could just speed right through them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's some of those. It's like a very, very poorly constructed situation.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
They just didn't think this thing through. And I just think that the memorial plaque, would have been a much better. Don't you? I mean, I would, rather than in the neighborhood just like looking at me funny every time there's a community pool event or a block party or something like that, because now they have to get their shocks like looked at every 6 months because of the fucking speed bumps. Because maybe they didn't do a good job as parents watching their kids. I'm not,
Not casting aspersions. Just
I'm just saying they could have had a nice little moment every time they went by the swing sets with the other kids that they have, who now are really being closely watched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm following you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and just seriously, if you if motocross riders are using your street to get whoop-de-doo practice, your speed bumps are a little bit too big.
Oh, Kev, let me tell you, in the days did you have a dirt bike when you were growing up?
I rode a 50. It wasn't mine. It was our neighbor's.
Man.
Honda 50.
I had a neighbor with a dirt bike. Were you the one with the little mini bikes? Is that you?
I had the pocket bike.
Oh my God, the pocket bike. That was so awesome.
Yeah, they were great.
God, that was about 20, 25 years ago, Kev. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was 2003, 2004. Because remember when I beat Jimmy Phil running? He ran half of the building, and I came to the whole thing.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun thing.
But I remember dirt bikes. I loved riding dirt bikes, man.
Yeah,
I love jumping shit. Did you ever notice that we used to do like dangerous stuff, particularly without helmets? And I don't see kids jump like ramps anymore. Do you?
No.
Man,
No.
Kev, I remember this, and this is like, late 70s, early 80s. I mean, you couldn't go a week without, some kid in the neighborhood getting the wood out, getting their dad's hammer and nails out, and constructing a ramp so we could jump our bikes.
That's right.
We would always do that. Always.
Yeah, it was never a when, if, it was always a when.
What was that, the Knievel effect, Kev?
That was big time Evel Knievel effect for sure.
Okay, that was evil. We just wanted to be Evel Knievel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was huge when we were little kids. I mean, he was just his Kings Island jump. I'll never forget it. I was like, I so want to do that tomorrow, Mom. That's going to be, I love baseball and I know I'm good at it, but I want to be Evel Knievel. And she's like, bullshit.
But this generation has Travis Pastrana, who's a much bigger motorcycle jumper than was Evel Knievel.
Then why aren't kids out here like constructing ramps and stuff and jumping? I don't see it.
Well, because isn't it illegal for kids to have fun now?
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's either that or are these like public skateboard parks and stuff like that? Is that enough of an adrenaline? Because we didn't have the public skateboard parks. We used to have to do our own shit, like at the school on the railings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There are quite a few of those skate parks that have opened up, but no, I just think that it's overprotection. It really is. It's overprotection. We don't want the kids to get hurt anymore. But I mean, you put a helmet on a kid, they might get a little bit more dangerous. They might get a little bit more aggressive than if they don't have a helmet on.
Kev, let me tell you this. And this is legit what we did. There was an apartment complex right next to where we lived, and they had those carports, it was a flat carport that vehicles would park under.
Right.
And it was about 10 feet off the ground. And, you'd have one carport, and then, 10 feet next to it, 20 feet next to it, or whatever it was, there'd be another one, and so on and so forth. We used to lift our BMX bikes up there, okay? And then a small ramp to get a little bit of air. And we would be on top of the carports, riding our bikes as fast as we can, getting some air and jumping over the 10 feet of space to get to the next carport. Like it, and parents would walk out, Kev, they'd have their Pabst Blue Ribbon, smoking their Marlboro Light or whatever, and be like, "Man, it looks fun."
Yeah, yeah, they're judging style points down from below.
Oh yeah, look what Timmy is doing. This is great, Timmy, do it again. That shit is great, and that guy was like an EMT driver,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's really, really cool. All right. Now, can't do that shit.
Did you ever do things off of your roof? Like what
Kev.
Yeah.
Anytime I had a chance, I would hope that if we threw a frisbee or something like that, that it would get up there so I could like climb up there and get the item. I mean, I'm going to be honest now. I probably shouldn't say this. There'd be a few times I would on purpose flip the frisbee up there just so I could climb up. Particularly when a cute girl, a grade older than me, she lived across the street. She was out walking the dog or out in front or something like that. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to show her how cool I am. I'm going to climb on my roof.
I know. Yeah. The roof was a big deal.
I don't see people on roofs at all.
No,
not anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't. Are they having? Kev, is this like overprotective parents, or they just have everything they need right there on that screen? They don't give a fuck about anything else.
Could be a little of both. Yeah, I mean, the screen time is really a factor. Yeah, screen time is really a factor.
Or is it maybe because healthcare is just so ridiculous now? Like it is just so insanely expensive. Whereas, back then, you break your arm, you set the bone, it'd be like $19.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now you break the arm, that's $487 a month for the next 12 months.
Right.
Yeah. That could be it too, right?
Yeah, things have definitely gotten more expensive for sure.
Okay, Kev, let's talk about I don't even know how long are we into this thing. I have no clue whatsoever.
About 50 minutes.
All right, we got to do some stuff here real quick.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about our rabbit holes.
Rabbit hole of the week.
What did you find yourself getting into that you struggled to get out of in terms of rabbit holes this past week, Kev?
Silly dog videos. Like little dogs that get excited that it's walk time, or I love videos of huskies talking and, talking back about their food and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Is it them just like barking back, or have they overdubbed voices?
No. It's just them going. Yeah. Like they're howling and stuff. Oh man, huskies have such great attitudes.
Okay. So is there specifically a husky channel or something?
There are numerous people who have huskies that film them and have their own YouTube channels. Yes, yeah. I think the one is called Zeus the husky.
Zeus. Come on, get out of the bathtub. Come on. Do you want to go for a walk?
I like huskies.
Oh, they're beautiful, man.
That because there's a couple huskies in the neighborhood. They got particularly when they have those blue eyes.
Yeah,
those are beautiful dogs.
Yep.
It just looks like to me that they're really, really hot, and every time I pass them, they're looking at me like I should be living in Alaska or something like that. Why am I here in Houston?
Yeah, they're a cold weather dog for sure. We have the trail that I run behind our house. There's a lady who walks a husky. I don't know if it's hers or if she's just the dog walker. And I'll see her in the summer and I'll be like, oh, she doesn't like it, huh? I saw her the other day. It was like 30 degrees and that dog just was like wagging its tail, like loving life.
Yeah. Because that's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just don't think that aren't they Siberian huskies?
That's Siberian huskies.
Isn't Siberia like one of the coldest places on the planet?
Well, yes, that and Antarctica.
Yeah, why do people have them in Houston?
I don't know. I mean, Siberia is Russia too. I mean, why are we importing them?
I know. Are we sure we can trust him?
Right? Yeah. Had a husky once that was hacking my computer.
You walk in from a day's work or running errands or something like that, and you notice your Siberian Husky. Niet, niet, here he is, niet. I will talk to you later. Niet, niet, niet. Hello. Hello.
Always serving up a nice bowl full of borscht for you.
Belle, did you get the vodka this time? Stoli. I like Stoli. That's just to me. That to me is the voice a Siberian Husky would have if they talk. Stoli.
What was the Russian couple in the cartoon?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Boris and
Boris and Natasha. Yeah,
Natasha. That's it.
Yeah, it sounds like Boris.
And here we are. Yes, I am stationed in the Tuttle house.
How funny.
Oh no! Hey, everything's cool, man. Everything. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers.
Wouldn't they be partial to the Cincinnati Reds?
I see what you did there, Kev.
Thank you.
It's a communist joke.
Yes, it is.
I love what you did there. Hey, Kev. I got caught in a rabbit hole, and I'm just going to tell you about it, and I want you to promise me that you will never, ever get caught in this rabbit hole yourself.
Okay.
I got caught in a rabbit hole of people who get stuck in tight tunnels when they're caving.
No.
And specifically, and anybody that is listening or watching this, do not, under any circumstances, look up the Nutty Putty incident in Utah. Don't look it up.
Well, now you know we're going to.
Don't. That was one of the most frightening accounts of claustrophobia that I have ever even heard of in my life.
The Nutty Putty.
Yeah, Kev, I'm going to give you the broad strokes so you don't. Please don't look this up. Don't look up Nutty Putty incident.
Give us the broad strokes. Go ahead.
Well, it's a Mormon guy,
Okay.
and his brother. It's in Utah, and their thing is they like to go in these tunnels and these really thin tunnels and explore them, like shit that they can barely fit.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had no problems. They're doing it for years. They go in and whatever, until that one day, one of the brothers went a little too far down a tunnel that had not been okayed and cleared.
Ooh.
And he made a wrong turn down and he got stuck.
Yeah.
So he is like doing a headstand in a tight tunnel, and it's getting tighter because his body weight is pushing him further in the tunnel. His brother and numerous rescue people could not even pull him out because it got tight. So he just had to sit there for 48 hours and die slowly.
Oh my God.
They could not do a thing for him, Kev. They tried everything to get him out of there. The more they tried, the more stuck he got.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And can you imagine the concept of I can't move, I can barely breathe, and it's getting worse by the minute for 48 hours.
Yeah, not a place I want to be.
Holy shit, Kev! Can you imagine? And they're putting a phone down there near him where he could talk to his wife and say goodbye and all that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, because they couldn't do anything about it.
If you're going to do stuff like that, don't you think that I mean, a contingency plan would be to at least take a gun with bullets in it in case something like that happens where you don't have to die an agonizing and excruciating death.
Kev, I actually thought about that. Is like, because it seemed like after about 36 hours of intensive work of trying to get the guy out of there, I mean, why did he have to suffer the other 12?
Yeah.
You know, I would have been like to my brother, I've been like, you know what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what you need to do. And they can't do that. And then not only that, Kev, he was so stuck that they could not get his body out, and they just closed off that cave, and he's stuck in there forever.
Well, that was one thing that I was thinking about, was going back to our previous conversation. At least you don't have to worry about a funeral.
Oh my God, that's great. Kevin with the recall moment.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Can you imagine? He's like talking to the rescue guys, going, "Come on, man, come on. I mean, you got something here, don't you?" And hours later, okay, I tell you what, guys, why don't I just go fuck myself?
Yes. Yes.
That's called double recall. You just had a Tuttle and Klein patented double recall moment. Tell future generations what you heard here today. All right, Kev, I got to wrap it up. I have not gotten a setup today. I got to make some money.
Of course, you do know that a rescuer with any salt would have said, "Looks like you already did."
Hey, I don't want to rub any salt in any wounds here. But your own dick has been up your own ass for the last 30 hours, buddy.
God.
And then he's going, literally. All right, I got to go, Kev.
Yeah, later.
That's it for this episode of the Tuttle and Klein Show. See you this Wednesday for an all-new episode. And thanks for listening to the Tuttle and Klein Show. Yo. All right, take the yo out.